streaming service. And in addition to that, just share screen, opening.
Chill out music, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you got to set a vibe.
Matt, what are you gonna need me to do with orientation? I don't like know your jam.
Oh, so I typically go through a lot of it, but the things that I usually ask, or I guess the way we divide it is I'll talk about stuff at the beginning, and then after that, there's like a section that's like events, that the kind of events that we do. I think there's a copy of the orientation slideshow in the Google Drive as well if you want to take a quick peek. But basically, if you can cover that, and then if there aren't a lot of people, instead of like bringing folks in for projects summaries, we'll just go through them. So if you can speak to some of the projects as we do that, then that's really all that we end up needing to cover.
Oh, it's possible I can do that.
If you would prefer, you can talk about the history of Code for Boston and Code for America since you were there.
It's true, I was. Well, I will do my best, is what it comes down to.
All right. How about this? How about I'll kick off the history of Code for Boston, Code for America, and then you can add character and flavor to it.
Okay, that sounds good. Where's the thing in the drive?
Yeah, it should be in the Google Drive. It should say like orientation slideshow. It's not very big, but it at least gives the outline.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm also so excited. I'm finally getting my own Zoom account that only I will be using. I won't be sharing a password with people. It is going to be glorious.
Let's see, orientation guide.
Yeah, orientation guide's good. Between the guide and or if you find the slideshow, I mean the slideshow is functionally the transposed content from the guide,
Yep.
just like abbreviated. Oh, I started to try to calculate the impact of the windfall elimination provision on my potential Social Security earnings today. Boy, that's a trip, let me tell you. I also have now user feedback for the windfall team, so
Great.
will probably write up a couple notes and I'll share it with Thad. But it's mostly the birthday picker. But I'll send that.
Does it start today?
Yeah.
Okay.
It required a lot of clicking backwards. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good resource. Highly recommend state employees check out the Windfall Elimination Provision SSAcalculator.org app. All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Code for Boston. My name is Matt, and I am on the leadership team here at Code for Boston, along with, we got Harlan's here, Thad might be here as well, maybe Brian. Zoom doesn't really give me a convenient list, so I can't say for sure, but if you do have questions, need help with anything, feel free to ask one of us, and we will be more than happy to help you out. The way this is going to work is We're going to have some announcements and updates. And after announcements and updates, we'll have project updates. And then after project updates, new folks will stay in here. And Harlan and I will give you orientation. So you'll get to get acquainted with Code for Boston and find out how things work. So that being said, make sure to follow our code of conduct. We are governed by this as a Code for America, Code for Boston event. And folks on leadership are empowered to enforce the code of conduct. So if you have any issues, talk to one of us on leadership, send us a note on Slack or hello@codeforboston.org, and we will take care of it. I want to encourage folks to follow us on YouTube, Facebook. I also send out a weekly email newsletter. It goes out on Wednesdays. It has jobs, it has events, and it also now has cool civic tech links every single week. So if you are not yet on the newsletter train, you are not getting cool civic tech links. So you should go to codeforboston.org, click email newsletter, subscribe, and then you will start getting the links to all the things that are very exciting. Next, I want to encourage folks to RSVP on Meetup. That's how a lot of folks have found out about our community. And so it is a great resource if you want to, see other meetups, but also it is how we get boosted in their algorithm so we can find other community members. I keep a permanent URL here. So if you want to make sure you have the latest login, always just go to this URL. It'll redirect you to the correct place. If you're not yet in our Slack community, if you're just on YouTube Live right now or in the Zoom, slack.codeforboston.org is how you get your invitation, and Slack is where our community happens. So it's where you can talk to folks, or you can find out the latest things that are going on, and you can share what civic tech things are on your mind. Also, we are a nonprofit, so I want to encourage folks to donate. Of course, this link lets you do so with a credit card, but a lot of folks actually are able to get their employers to support us. So if your employer has a program where they will support your work and what you do here at Code for Boston, talk to Harlan or I. We're able to make many of those arrangements work pretty seamlessly. So happy to figure out how we can make that happen for you. All right, with that, let's go through project updates, and we will start with the Good Governance Project Advocacy Map.
Hi, everyone. So we are trucking along. We got our beta out a few weeks ago. We've got some initial users on. We took a little bit of a break to sort of decompress and start the marketing. So we're learning a lot. We're getting some good feedback. We hope to incorporate that. We're hoping to start like a more full-fledged marketing effort in a few weeks, more diligently planned out. And then once we do that, we'll get some more feedback and incorporate that into the next development. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Next, Vaccinate MA. I know that I might be helping some folks with some back-end things, setting up some databases and working on scrapers. But Harlan, do you have anything from the front-end team that's currently in the queue?
I don't think so. We have a lot of mostly we're pretty set. I have some PRs to review tonight, but generally speaking, not much on the front end.
Sounds good. Next is Plog Along.
Hi everyone, Eva from Plog Along. Let's see, last week we worked on some Android issues that we unfortunately still have. I'm actually hoping that we can find someone who is an Android development expert and can help us. We have a permissions issue where the camera permissions just don't work when we do a build for the Google Play Store. So we're kind of stuck. If you happen to be an Android expert, please let us know.
Awesome. Thanks, Eva. Besides posting that same thing in the general Slack channel, send me a note if you would like me to include that in the email newsletter, and I can make sure that goes out to folks in the wider community as well that may not be aware of Plog Along.
That would be great. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, clean slate.
I'm Michelle. Data is talking about what to approach next with the Middlesex FOIA request for the data, and how to create better knowledge sharing about what we have learned so far and decisions we've made so far. Super exciting. I actually mean that. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I do. Anyway, and also the app team is working on making the adult sealing process understandable to a human person and the eligibility requirements. Yep, that's what we're up to.
All right, sounds great. Next is windfall awareness. All right. Guess Thad is not here yet, so we'll move on to police data trust.
So doing some more work on the back end, the challenges of combining a lot of disparate data sets, and also getting together a development environment that's easier to use and for people to kind of plug into as we build this out.
Great, thanks, Daryl. So that new folks stay in here. We'll stop the stream and get ready for orientation over the next couple minutes. Everyone else, thanks so much for coming, and